All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome. We are at the end of May in 2020. That means it is time for the 2020 edition of Hawkeye Pro Wrestling's Festival, live from Las Vegas. I wish I had a little bit of a background graphic. I just have the match graphics with it, but it is time for Festival. Now, this is our first official pay-per-view as a national company. So we had a little bit of extra stuff that we could use, but I'm not going to spend too much money on it because I don't even know what our potential income might look like come the end of the month, especially with all this extra money that we're now going to be spending. So we'll see what happens with that. But I can go through at least the matches that you will be seeing. We'll at least start off with the 4 Hawkeye Pro Grand Prix matches featuring Block B. Starting off, Shane Hollister versus Johnny Gargano. Both of them have done kind of okay. Johnny Gargano not been too successful. Shane Hollister has been mildly successful. Both of them definitely in need of a win, as it is match 5. So if they're going to try to gather any sort of momentum to try to win their block, they're both going to need a victory here. We'll see what comes of that. Of course, we will have Alex Shelley versus Father Kingston. Father Kingston got a win on night 4 for Block B, and he's hoping to keep that momentum going, perhaps against Alex Shelley. But, of course, Shelley seems like he's been on a mission to try to win the Grand Prix, so he's also looking for a solid win here. Let's see what we can go on between them. Then we got Kenny Omega versus Naruki Doi, one of the bigger matches on this show. Omega and Doi have both been doing extremely well in their respective matches, but now it's time for them to face one another. Only one of these two guys can actually stay on top of the mountain here of Block B, and we'll see which one of these guys can do just that. And of course, we also have a great match straight from Japan. Tomohiro Ishii versus Katsuyori Shibata. Should be quite the hard-hitting match. I feel like this is going to be a match that is not going to be the prettiest of matches, but it is definitely going to be brutal. And we'll see which one of these guys can come away with it. Shibata has been extremely successful thus far. Ishii has only been... I didn't think he's only gotten maybe 1 or 2 matches wins here. So we'll see how he can handle Shibata and the momentum that he has got going for him. Then, of course, it was signed Kairi Hojo versus Kagetsu. No holds barred. Of course, after the assault after Tokyo Vendetta at Korakuen Hall, Kairi Hojo was hanged from the balcony by Kagetsu and the rest of Oedo Tai, but it seems as though she hasn't been quite seen in a few weeks, but there's been a lot of hints that she has been around, as Minoru Suzuki was laid out and Hazuki was laid out just a few days ago. So it seems as though right now it might just be Dash and Kagetsu, so it doesn't seem like Kagetsu is going to have a whole lot of backup as she has to face Kairi Hojo in No Holds Barred. And then the women's tag team titles will be on the line. Leva Corp defending the tag titles against Sadistic Tales. Sadistic Tales have done very well for them thus far. They've not been the most successful when they first started. They did okay, but they seem to have learned how to cooperate as a team, and they've learned how to get themselves together, as we've seen Kana and Azumi grow as a team over the last few weeks, and they have earned themselves a shot at the women's tag titles. Is this the night that they finally show their abilities and show that they have got what it takes to work together as a team and become the women's tag team champions over the 2-time champions of Leva Corp? And then in our semi-main event, it is the Cleanup Crew versus the Young Bucks. The Cleanup Crew, of course, Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega assaulting Robert Roode just a few weeks ago, going into Infamous 48, led to Tama Tonga getting involved and joining Samoa Joe to help defeat the Young Bucks to win the tag titles just a couple weeks ago, as they look to earn themselves. Well, they didn't quite earn it, but they did get themselves a rematch due to the substitution of Tama Tonga. This time, they've left Robert Roode alone, so it will be Robert Roode and Samoa Joe as your official tag team champions, facing off against the Young Bucks as the Young Bucks look to take the tag team titles back. And in the main event, with a lot of controversy surrounding it, number one contendership to the heavyweight title on the line. As of right now, for what we know, Tama Tonga will be facing Alex Reynolds. And the winner of this match will go on to face Kushida at the Grand Prix final for the Hawkeye Pro Heavyweight Championship. So we'll see what comes of that. Of course, Tama Tonga, after assaulting Paul Levesque, it seemed as though he might not be able to get this match, might get thrown out of it. But according to Brother Ray, he's not going to do that to him. So we'll see what consequences that may have, and if Tama Tonga can overcome that. As well as Alex Reynolds overcoming the implicit bias of Brother Ray. So both these men looking forward to becoming number one contenders, and also a rematch from last year where they had a number one contendership match as well going into last year's Grand Prix final. So we do it all over again in this year's main event as well. And move right on over. Let me see here. Now that we are national, we get our brand new pay-per-views here, DirecTV, Virgin Media, J Sports, and local Australia, as we are set for all of the North America, Europe, and Britain, Japan, and Australia. So I'm kind of excited to see how many buys we can get off of more traditional pay-per-view this time. So we'll see what happens there. Ooh. All right. So with that, we once again go to Vegas, and we are in MGM Grand Garden Arena, which of course I announced. As we did what is it? As I did the pre-show or the preview show for the Grand Prix. And then they go ahead and have the MGM Grand Garden Arena for Double or Nothing. I will say I did it first. I would like people to know that I did not copy shit. I announced before they even announced Double or Nothing that I was doing Grand Garden Arena. All right. But we should have all these in here. Let's just do the GP matches first. What should be the first one? I say let's get Shibata versus Ishii killing one another for like 13 minutes. Let's just have them just beat the shit out of each other. And Shibata getting the win on that one with a nice big fat PK to Ishii's fat head. Open match, decisive win. Yeah, I don't think going all out's a good idea for Ishii at this point. But either way, it's just a straight brawl with these guys. In fact, I'm gonna knock it up to 55 apiece. I'm gonna make the danger even more. The danger and hard hitting this even more. Hopefully, this isn't gonna get one of them injured, but knowing my luck, it almost certainly is going to. What next, GP? Hollister versus Gargano. Let's give it 18. And Shane Hollister getting the win. Open match. I think they can call it in the ring. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, we'll make them the storytelling match. I think it's probably the best one to do. We'll call it in the ring. Decisive win. Clean enough match. There we go. And Shelley versus Kingston. Let's go 17. Actually, let's drop it down to 16. And Shelly's going over. Actually, I'm going to drop it down to 15. Yeah, 15. Shelly's going over. Open, all out, decisive win. So these guys are going to have the bounce all over the place match. So we're going to do hard-hitting Haas fight, followed by regular match, followed by speed demon match, followed by the main of the GP matches. I feel like I should be putting maybe a couple of these women's matches in between here. Maybe like Sadistic Tales and Leva Corp thrown in there. We can throw that in the middle here somewhere. Let's do women's tag 19 and Courtney Rush getting the win. Open match. We'll slow build it, and it is a tainted win. Tainted. Oh God, how was I going to do this? Okay. So distraction. Actually, yeah, interference on. Let's go, Kana by Leva Bates, and then Leva Bates gets attacked, and then Courtney Rush gets attacked by Mio Shirai. So Mio Shirai is there, sees that Leva Bates gets in amongst Kana. She goes after Leva, who then Courtney Rush sees that and goes, hey, what the hell's going on? She clocks her, but it's at that moment that the DQ gets thrown, and Courtney Rush wins by DQ because the ref did not see Leva doing that, but he did turn around in time to see Mio throwing fists. And I think that's probably how it should be. Let me see here. Match ends with DQ. And yeah, Courtney Rush the victor. So yeah. Leva Bates getting involved with Kana leads to Mio getting involved as well, but the referee sees that, and still your champs. We'll throw that right there. Did I go through the whole? There's no way I went through the whole deal already. Nah, I don't like that song. I'll do that. All right. And then we can throw... let's throw... Oh, man. We can throw Kairi and Kagetsu next. So that way Doi and Omega get a little bit higher billing. So, let's see. Kairi, Kagetsu. She can kind of go. She can definitely go. She doesn't have the psychology, though. So, let's give it 20. We'll give it 20. And, of course, Kairi getting the win here. And we'll do an open. Actually, we won't do open. Kairi will just... She'll get some moves in, but it's mostly Kairi just beating the shit out of her. Decisively. Will Kagetsu do a stunt bump? No. Doesn't make sense for Kairi to do one, but I wanted to see. Will Kagetsu do a crazy bump? Nope. Alright. I'm trying to think. I guess that's about it. Yeah. Kairi's the victor. It's decisive. I think it's about it. I don't know if there's anything else to really deal with. Slow build, maybe? I wouldn't even do slow build. I'd just go like 19 minutes of Kairi beating the shit out of Kagetsu. Kagetsu gets some moves in, of course. Gets a little bit of offense in, but Kairi gets her revenge on Kagetsu. Are we going to do Doi versus Omega now? Or should we do Cleanup Crew? Now, let's do Doi versus Omega now. We need a match. 19. I'm going to go to 20 because I think it'll take us right below 20. So we're going to go right up to the end here. We're going to go right up to the end. And they can call this bitch in the ring. Doi getting the win over Omega. And let's see here. Open match. Call it in the ring. Decisive win. We'll slow build it. All the hallmarks of doing that. And I think we'll just leave it one-on-one. We won't put too much we'll put something in that, Doi wants to do this on his own. So Doi and Omega ends like that. So we get right up to the time limit, and you know what? I'm gonna put Foley on that one. That's something I haven't done yet. All right, Cleanup Crew versus the Young Bucks. Tag titles on the line. This one I'm really unsure about. This one is one I'm super unsure about. Okay. How long should this go? How long should this go? Should this go a while? Should this go... You know what? I think we go about 7-8 minutes. We're only going to go about 8 minutes. This is going to be a bit of a more surprising one. Joe is going to choke out Matt Jackson. And I want to protect Nick Jackson here. Because the story of the match is that Matt Jackson starts and he never gets to tag out. This is definitely decisive. There you go. I don't even think I need to do a turn. It's not really how I want to do the turn. That's not really how the turning works. Well, you know what? Oh, no. Wait, no. Matt Jackson. Wait. Turning. Nick Jackson. There we go. Boom. Oh. I kind of screwed up how I usually format this. Hang on. It's going to bug me if I don't. There we go. All right. So that gives me 130 minutes. So that gives me plenty of time for Alex Reynolds versus Tama Tonga. And this match is getting thrown out because that is not the match that is going to be main eventing the show. That will not be how this goes. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let me see if I can find it. Instead, we are getting a nice old handicap 1v2. It is going to be Alex Reynolds against Tama Tonga. Whoops. And one Alex Shelley, who is being forced to pull double duty tonight. There we go. And we're going to go... Ooh, how long should we go? They could definitely call this match pretty well. So we'll call it in the ring. This can go 22, maybe even 23. Let's go 23. Mick Foley getting this one. Alex Reynolds is going to take it. Tama Tonga is going to take the loss. Open match, call it in the ring. Slow build it. Decisive finish. And I think we have that. Now, of course, there's a whole lot going on to that story that we'll get to when we actually get into the show. But we have our number one contender. There we go. All right. So, of course, last minute change. Tama Tonga is unhappy at the booking. I don't care. 155, nearly 3 hours of an hour and a 2.5 hours of straight wrestling. All right. So there's a whole lot going on here. You know what I should do? I think we need to do just a little bit of like, first thing I'm going to do is put 10 minutes of intermission in before we get to the main matches, because that's probably a good idea. So, let's see. Let's see here. We'll do none and none because they're going to be here discussing their stuff. Joey Styles, Shawn Michaels. Who should they have? They should have Shane Hollister, I think. Shane Hollister should be involved. Have something to say in intermission. Kairi Hojo, Kagetsu. You know what? Let's have Mick Foley there to discuss that going on. We're going to have Kenny Omega discussing his upcoming match after that. And let's do Brother Ray and Tama Tonga. Brother Ray, Tama Tonga, Alex Shelley. So we're also going to move an angle into this with Shane, Foley, Omega, and cleanup crew. So we'll just leave it at that. 10 minutes. All of them are going to be doing their best job of providing entertainment. And we'll of course get to the fact that Alex Shelley is being forced to pull double duty after all this. And that'll happen during the intermission. So we can at least put that in there with everything. All right, Shibata and Ishii. Oh, man. It's not long. It's only like 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Katsuyori Shibata, Tomohiro Ishii. Shibata and Ishii are both help to the back. As they shake hands, as they are helped. So they're being helped out, but then they're just like they each kind of like stop to give a mutual respect handshake. Here we go. Kind of gives them both a little bit there. So we put that up there. Hollister and Gargano. Actually, I might not work the Hollister Gargano thing too much right now. I think what I mostly want to work is Paul Levesque and Brother Ray. Levesque in Ray's office is not happy Tama is wrestling tonight. Ray calms him down. We'll just leave it at that for right now. And we'll leave that there. Oh, hang on. There we go. We'll put that before that, and then after the Shane Hollister thing. Levesque is called on his phone. It is a family emergency, and he has to take the next flight out. If I can only spell correctly. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. He's got to leave now. He's got to take the next flight out. He tells Brother Ray this. We'll discuss this later. But we at least know that Levesque has to leave. There we go. We got Leva Bates, we've got Athena, and we have got Courtney Rush. And they are ready. Leva Corp out as Neva puts over her team. And their accomplishments compared to the flavor of the week. I guess I'll just leave out the quotation. So basically saying that Kana and Azumi are they exist right now. They got a lot of momentum, but they aren't mainstays. They don't have, they're kind of big now, but, maybe not so much later. So basically saying, hey, they're big now, and a lot of people want them to see them win now, but that's just not how things go. Leva Corp has just been around for too long. And of course, after doing their whole shit show, Leva Bates, Athena, Courtney Rush, James Mitchell, Kana, Azumi, and Mio Shirai. Leva Corp celebrate and leave as Mio is distraught. She cost them their title match. She is extremely upset that she did the one thing she definitely didn't want to do, and that is, and she is right in the shit with that. So Kana and Azumi will sell, Mitchell Entertainment, her entertainment, and I guess decent success with them. Sort of neutral here, and I guess a minor defeat there. So that'll be kind of a rough bit. After all that they fought to get there, gotta do it again. Alex Shelley. Oh boy. I think that's what we're going to do. Brother Ray with Alex Shelley. Shelley preps for his match. Ray wants to talk to him after his match immediately. We'll do like 3 minutes. We're even going to make this a minor because I know they're going to cap it with the entertainment. The entertainment segments are always they always got to be like 4 minutes, so it's not going to do the greatest. So We'll get that down there. All right, then we get Shelly. We might do one little segment beforehand. Maybe we could do... let's see here. How about we do Naruki Doi? We can get the Doi thing dealt with. So Naruki Doi with Akira Tozawa. And we got Sho. We got Yo. And we've got Taiji Ishimori. So we got them talking. I don't know if Ishimori's no. So it's basically just Doi and Tozawa. Okay. Let's see. Monster Max deciding what to do with Doi's match. Doi says he wants to do this himself tonight. He is not the biggest fan of them trying to interfere because sure as shit didn't work on Wednesday with Ishimori, who then proceeds to beat the shit out of Roppongi 3K. That's what's happening in the background, is just Ishimori just slapping Sho and Yo around as Doi just goes, hey man, I think I'm just gonna do this on my own. And then with a little bit of time we could do Alex Shelley, Brother Ray, and Tama Tonga. Ray tells Shelley to keep his gear on. He's in the main event tonight to help out Tama. There you go. He is not going to be happy about having to do that, but guess what? Tama is right there with him to say, hey, you are doing this. And then that leads to Kairi Hojo Kagetsu. All right, I think I have 27 minutes, so I think that should be enough time to get everything together that I want to get together. Kairi Kagetsu. We can do, let's see, Kairi Hojo, Dash Chisako. Kagetsu. There we go. Let's see. Kairi looks to toss Kagetsu off a balcony post-match. Dash begs off and offers title match. So basically, it's Kairi is sick of Dash's shit. She says, all right, I'm done with this. Dash goes, no, please, fuck no, don't kill her. Here, take a title match. This is what you wanted, right? There we go. And that leads us to intermission. Then we get Doi versus Omega. Let me see here. Doi. Naruki Doi. Kenny Omega. Akira Tozawa. I think Kenny's sex appeal, of course. All right. Akira out with Doi to celebrate. Stop Omega and ask if he thinks the Elite is as tight as Max is. Basically saying, hey, we're a solid group. We're a good solid group. We seem to have ourselves together. But do you think that the Elite is doing just as well? Kind of putting that in their mind. And we could even leave that. I feel like beforehand, something with the cleanup crew. Let's see here. Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. All right. Let's see. Matt talks to Nick about strategy. For the title match. We seem to be on the same page. There we go. I just realized they're not really promo guys, are they? We're going to make this a minor. And make it like 2 minutes. There's no reason for the other crap. All right. And that leads us to Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Kenny Omega. I think selling for all of them. Matt is choked out in ring. Omega confronts Nick about walking away. Who gets super kicked for it. So there you go. End of the match. He gets choked out. Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson starts walking away. I'll give him a minor success for it. Kenny Omega going, hey, what the fuck you think you're doing? That's your brother out there. Nick just responds with a big old super kick. And that leads to... let's see here. Tama. I don't even know if I need to do... you know what? We'll do it. We'll do a little backstage thing. Alex Reynolds. Let's do Matt Cage, Alpha Jr. We'll even do Juice and Cody Hall. Reynolds is set for main event. Day one. Talk to him about backup and have his back if needed. So Reynolds doesn't seem too interested in that, but they are going to at least say, hey, man, we're here for you if you need it. So there we go with that and that. 3 minutes. Let's do 3 minutes. All right. So the ending of this is completely fucked. So whole big thing. Oh, first, yeah, that's right. We should have Kushida. Kushida out with his belt. Sits next to announcer's desk to watch the main event. 3 minutes. Easy enough. Champion's going to come out to watch his number one contenders. Whole big thing comes breaking down here. Kushida, Alex Shelley. And then we're going to get Tama. And let's do Robert Roode and Samoa Joe. So Kushida confronts Shelley right after match. Shelley is distraught as cleanup crew run out to assault. Actually here. So Kushida confronts Shelley right after the match. So the bell rings. There's a whole lot of confusion going on with everybody because there seemed to be some distractions with Kushida and Shelley. It allows Alex Reynolds to Claymore kick Tama. Cleanup crew come out to assault Reynolds. This is like 4 minutes here. And Alex Reynolds. Let's do low. It's just basic beatdown. Minor defeat. I'd say minor successes on these guys. All right. So the big ending. Post-match. Actually, no. What do I have for this? I should have Tama Tonga winning this, right? I forgot. This is not how it's supposed to be. The whole point is that Tama Tonga takes the... I completely booked this ass backwards. That's not what I planned on doing. I ass backwards booked this. That's not at all what I planned on doing. I planned on there being confusion, a distraction. Okay, I've got this. It's okay, so I guess it's a decisive, but it's a pinfall. All right. Wow. I'm so glad I came back to this because I completely booked this stupidly. This is not at all what I planned. So Kushida distracts Alex Reynolds inadvertently. So the ending of the match is Kushida distracts Alex Reynolds by having a kind of a confrontation with him and Alex Shelley. Reynolds looks like he was about to put away Tama. He sees that this is going on. He gets distracted just long enough to see Tama gun stun the shit out of him and get the win while there's a lot of distractions going on. That's what's happening. So, let me see here. So then after that match, Cleanup Crew come in to try to finish off Reynolds. Shelley's still going at it with Kushida as they're kind of arguing. And the finishing moment. So we've got Tama out there. We've got Robert Roode out there. We've got Samoa Joe out there. Alex Reynolds is getting the shit kicked out of him. Kushida and Shelley are just doing their own thing. Someone needs to come in for the save. And that is Shane Hollister. As Cleanup Crew look to finish off Alex. Oh, here. Actually, you know what? Here. Shane holding... what should he be? What should he be holding? A chair? I don't know if a chair is the right thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of weapons that, because we have the monkey wrench. I'm trying to think of other weapons that aren't the most used right this second. Crowbar. He could have a crowbar. I could use a sledgehammer. How about a pipe? Shane holding a pipe saves Reynolds. Chases off Cleanup Crew after tense moment. Shane and Alex Shane and Alex. I'm doing this. All right. Shane with pipe saves Reynolds. Chase off Cleanup Crew after tense moment. Shane and Alex shake hands. And we'll do like 5 minutes of that. So we'll have Shane get a couple of hits on him because they probably aren't going to think too much of it, but they're going to take a couple whacks with it while they're doing this. So they're running for the hills. We'll keep it neutral there. Minor success and a bigger success there. And that will be the end. Oh, that's 227. All right. So we'll take 1 minute off this. We'll take another minute off that, and there you go. Buddy doing Star K, WCB 98. You booked Star K, got a 94. Your first ever 10-minute pay-per-view. Nice. Good to hear. Okay, 225 minutes. That is 3 hours and 45 minutes for Festival. It is already 10:08. I need to get going. All right, I'm done. Let's go. Book it, run it. Let's do this. Welcome to MGM Grand Garden Arena. It is sold out, 15,000 strong in Vegas for Festival. We're going to start off Festival with Shibata versus Ishii in a Hawkeye Pro Grand Prix match. It was a beat down between both guys. Both guys just completely beating the crap out of each other. It ends with Ishii finishing off, or having his head nearly taken off with a PK. Shibata gets the win in 13-17. 3 more points for Shibata as Ishii takes another loss. Both of them helped to the back as it was just 13 minutes of just annihilating each other. Help to the back just to make sure neither one of them are too hurt, but they stop halfway up the ramp to shake hands and get kind of helped to the back. Maybe not carried, but at least helped, assisted to the back. Already a strong first one. Oh, God, I forgot about the pre-show. Fuck! I had a pre-show. Oh, no. Oh, I had a pre-show. I had matches I was going to do. I had an angle I was going to do. Fuck it. We'll do it on adrenaline. We'll do it all on adrenaline. Fuck it. Oh my God! I was gonna do Roppongi versus Team Angle. I had some angles to do. I was just running out of time and just wanted to be done. Oh my God! I forgot all about that. As soon as you said that, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, my pre-show. Yeah, well. Well, I fucked up. That's all right. I was gonna keep it going. Levesque is in Ray's office. He's not happy that after getting gun stunned by Tama, he's still wrestling in tonight's main event for the #1 contendership. Ray kind of calms him down, says, I couldn't find a suitable replacement. Everyone else who could be a suitable replacement is already wrestling, and it just didn't make any sense to try to do it. But he is gonna, he's still going to punish Tama Tonga. Don't you worry about that. He got fined for his actions. He got fined heavily for it. He's definitely paid for his actions, and he's taken enough that he's definitely not going to do it again. And this leads into Shane Hollister versus Johnny Gargano in their GP match. Great wrestling. Shane Hollister getting the win on Johnny Gargano with the Iowa leg lock in 17:57. Straight enough match between Hollister and Gargano, both of them putting on a decent enough match, but, with the time constraints, I guess 17 minutes isn't even like that time constrained. But, I guess Gargano was holding back a little bit. That's all right. Things happen. Either way, 76 seems like I could have done a lot better with both of them. Shane Hollister's pulled off 90s. Gargano's, he's a great wrestler too. But, it was just a pretty okay match. That's fine. It wasn't the greatest. The Iowa leg locks is a shitty half Boston Crab. You say that, I think that might be it. It's something like that. I can't remember. But I don't think you're that far off, to be honest. All right, so we get Paul Levesque. He's called on his phone as he's kind of pacing around backstage to try to get things figured out. He gets a call, and it's a family emergency that's happening. Doesn't exactly say what's going on. Something with his wife. Actually, I think him and Stephanie are divorced in this game. I think they divorced, but either way, Paul Levesque he was called on his phone. Some sort of emergency. One of his daughters. How about that? One of his daughters is fallen extremely ill and is in the hospital. He needs to come back immediately, and he needs to leave. Take the next flight out. Tells Brother Ray they're going to continue this conversation that they've been on, and he's going to keep kind of watching over him as necessary. After he leaves, Brother Ray just says, "Okay, bye." Leva Corp coming out for their tag team title match. Leva puts over her team and basically says their accomplishments. Hey, they are 2-time women's tag team champions. They're one of the longer reigning ones as well, and they've had a lot of success as the women's tag team champions as compared to the flavor of the month, that is Kana and Azumi, basically saying, hey, they've done quite a bit to form themselves as a team, and they've had quite a bit of success on them, but they're just not that accomplished. They're not the cohesive unit that they think they are, that Athena and Courtney Rush are. Athena and Courtney Rush have showcased and shown that they deserve to be champions, and they're going to take out Kana and Azumi as they, once again say, hey, got a lot of momentum, but that doesn't mean you deserve to be tag team champions. And that leads to Leva Corp versus Sadistic Tales. Quite a bit of stuff going on to the fucky end of all this. And it leads to Kana looking like she's about to get an armbar in on Athena. Or perhaps Courtney Rush, either one of them. The referee gets distracted as Leva Bates comes in and stomps on Kana, and just kind of leaves her laying there. And then Mio Shirai, seeing this, comes in while the ref, seemingly still distracted, lays out Leva Bates, knocks Leva Bates all the way to the floor after that. And then Courtney Rush, who seems to take a little bit of umbrage to it, turns Mio Shirai around, who also levels her with an elbow, but is at that point that the referee has turned himself around and sees the elbow or the forearm, either one. The shot that Mio Shirai hit Courtney Rush with, and then he goes and calls for the bell. And that means that officially Sadistic Tales has been disqualified thanks to Mio Shirai's interference. And still your women's tag team champions, Leva Corp. Who's the longest Hawkeye heavyweight champion? The longest reigning champion, I think, has been Alex Reynolds. I think he held it for like 9 months. Yeah, I think it was like December to September. Leva Corp celebrate. They grab the titles and they head on out as quickly as possible, as they kind of help Leva to the back as she got jaw jacked. As Mio is distraught in the middle of the ring, she just seems like she wants to cry, as she's sitting there with Kana, who is also on her. She's sitting there, and it just seems like it is just a very sad moment as James Mitchell and Azumi come in, and Mio is just beside herself that she has cost them their title match after they worked so hard to get back into this. And I guess we'll kind of leave it as that, as Mio is just very unhappy that she has done this. And that leaves us to Alex Shelley preparing for his Grand Prix match. Brother Ray comes in, says that he wants to talk to him immediately after this match. As soon as he's done, come find him. He needs to talk to him immediately. Time to find a new manager, James Mitchell. Hey, James Mitchell's been doing just fine. He's been doing just fine with them. He's been doing very well. Who looks worse, Cyrus or James Mitchell? Probably Cyrus, because I think Cyrus still has his old man hair. As far as I know, if he shaved it, then it might be James Mitchell. I don't know, but James Mitchell still looks kind of okay with his sinister look. It kind of works with the bald look, I guess. And either way, Alex Shelley goes out to face Father Kingston. Jesus Christ. Kingston can put it on when he needs to. I guess it's not a huge shock to anybody. But after a Shiranui, Alex Shelley gets the win over Father Kingston in 14:55. Shelley getting just a nice clean win against Kingston, and he heads to the back. But as it's happening, we go to Monster Max's locker room where Taiji Ishimori is kendo sticking Sho and Yo in the background for the travesty of justice that they had created upon him with interfering in his match on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Akira Tozawa talks to Naruki Doi about what they're going to do with Doi's match and how they're going to get involved. And Doi says that he decided after the way Roppongi 3K got involved, he just wants to do this on his own tonight. He wants to see how he himself can compete against Kenny Omega. He believes very much that he can beat Kenny Omega. Alex Shelley finds Brother Ray in his office with Tama Tonga. And Brother Ray says, don't go too far. Keep your gear on. You're in the main event tonight with Tama Tonga. Shelley says, but that's the number one contenders match. And Brother Ray says, absolutely. I've changed it to a handicap match. Brother Ray has changed it now to Tama Tonga and Alex Shelley versus Alex Reynolds in the number one contendership. If Tama Tonga and Alex Shelley win, Tama Tonga is the number one contender. So he's forcing Shelley to pull double duty and go out there to help him out. And let's see here. We go to Kairi Hojo versus Kagetsu. No holds barred, falls count anywhere, all over the place. Looks like Minoru Suzuki did a little, came back. He's still a little hurt. But he doesn't involve himself too much as Kairi Hojo starts brawling all over the place with Kagetsu, and finds a balcony that she ends up getting the win on Kagetsu over. Hits the deep sea driver, probably on some concrete where the balcony is at, and pins Kagetsu, and seemingly getting revenge over the assault. But she is not done, as she has decided she is going to toss Kagetsu off the balcony. And as it seems as though she's about ready to do it, Dash, who has been watching this, grabs a microphone and begs her not to do it. She looks like she's bound and determined to do it anyway to Kagetsu. And Dash holds up the women's championship and says, "This is what you wanted." She asks her, "This is what you wanted, right? This is all you wanted. You don't have the beef just with Kagetsu. You got your revenge on Kagetsu. If you want me, you got me. I'll give you your women's title match. I'll talk to Mick Foley, and we'll make this happen." So seemingly, it seems as though Dash, in order to not have her Oedo Tai members killed, is going to be giving Kairi Hojo the women's championship match at Grand Prix final that she wanted. And we go, and of course, to our intermission with Joey Styles and Shawn Michaels. We have Shane Hollister talk about his win tonight, as well as Mick Foley coming by talking about some of the happenings in the women's on the women's side here. Of course, he kind of gave his condolences out to Sadistic Tales for their loss here, but he says that even though Revolution are kind of the next in line, he feels like it's just not right to not give Sadistic Tales another chance. And he also discusses the Kairi Hojo Dash Chisako deal and says that he is making it official right here that at Grand Prix Final, the first official match booked for Grand Prix Final, 1-on-1. Whoops, as I smack right into my microphone arm. Dash Chisako, the women's champion, will finally have to defend her title against Kairi Hojo. Poor chemistry. Continue, yeah. Poor chemistry's fine. It's not awful. Hawkeye Pro women's title on the line as Dash and Kyrie will go at it at Grand Prix Final. And then, of course, we get Kenny Omega talking about his upcoming match, as well as discussing the tag title match coming up with his boys, the Young Bucks. And then we get Brother Ray coming up with Tama Tonga and Alex Shelley discussing how they're going to win the number one contendership, especially with their ace in the hole, Alex Shelley, being involved in it. An explosive ring death match. I don't know if they would do a death. They probably do it. If Io Shirai would do a death match, I'm sure. Well, Dash is kind of the hardcore queen. I don't know if I want to do something. I might change the stipulation later, and we'll see. I feel like there's going to be some stipulations already on some of the other stuff on the show. I don't know. We'll see. I might put a little something behind it. But after that, we get Naruki Doi versus Kenny Omega. Doi with a win here, actually showcasing that, yeah, he can do it with just 18 seconds left. Hits the muscular bomb on Kenny Omega and gets a big win over him. Doi showing that, hey, he doesn't have to cheat to win. He can get the clean win against a top-level competitor. HPW via Shane Hollister playing himself as a WWE Booker. And Akira Tozawa comes out with Doi to celebrate. And as Kenny Omega starts to slink away, you hear Tozawa stop him and basically say, hey, you know, Monster Max seems to be a cohesive unit. Myself and Doi and Roppongi 3K, we seem to have our boys in line, but do you have your boys in line? Do you think that the Elite is as tight-knit as Monster Max is? And Omega doesn't want to really hear much of that as he walks away. Speaking of, Matt and Nick Jackson are in the back talking strategy a little bit. Matt talks to him a little bit, and they seem to be on the same page. Nick seems a little bit hesitant, but they seem to have probably gotten over their issues as they are prepared to take back the Hawkeye Pro Tag Team Championships. We get the Cleanup Crew versus the Young Bucks. And towards the end of the match, it's only an 8-minute match, 8:11 to be exact, as Matt Jackson, who started out the match, looks to tag in Nick Jackson. As Matt Jackson looks to tag in Nick Jackson, Nick pulls himself away and shows that he is not going to get tagged in by Matt. Matt is bewildered by this. And as Nick kind of steps away, gives him the finger, and takes a few more steps back out and watches at ringside as a bewildered Matt Jackson gets locked in the Coquina clutch by Samoa Joe and is promptly choked out. And the Cleanup Crew get their first official defense of the Hawkeye Pro Tag Team Championships. And as this happens, they kind of keep the clutch in. Eventually is let go by the referee as they celebrate with the tag titles. And as Nick starts to walk away, Kenny Omega, who's still a bit sore after everything, starts down the ramp as Nick Jackson's starting to go up the ramp. Kind of confronts him, shoves him a little bit, asks him what the hell he thinks he's doing. That's his brother out there getting choked out. Nick Jackson doesn't say anything and instead super kicks Kenny Omega in the face and leaves him laying on the ramp as Nick Jackson, after the super kick, just calmly just takes off his Elite shirt, throws it onto Kenny Omega, and turns around and walks to the back. As it seems as though Nick Jackson has turned his back on Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega. We get to our main event. Alex Reynolds knows what the score is. He knows what's going on. He knows he's got a big mountain to climb here. As Day One kind of talks to him. They ask him, hey, there seems to be a lot of stuff going on here. Just to say, if you want backup, we're here for you. We say, you know, you've been going through a lot. You're trying to get yourself back straightened out. And hey, we're Day One guy. You're a Day One guy just like us. Alex Reynolds acknowledges the help that they received, but basically declines it, saying that this is something that he started. This is something that he got himself into, and this is something that he needs to finish. Of course, thanks Day One for doing that, but this is something he has to do. And then we get tonight's main. First off, Kushida has to come out first with the championship belt. Takes a seat next to the announcers in the announcer area. And he is ready to watch the main event from one of the best seats in the house. Oh, yeah, he got Cat for the match time, yeah. Because it was an 8-minute match. It was only long enough. Yeah, it was only long enough to have Matt Jackson tag, start the match and then never get tagged in. So it didn't feel right to have them go 20 minutes and then do the turn. Just 8 minutes of Matt Jackson kind of taking some of the heat and then never getting the hot tag. But there you go. Kushida out to watch tonight's main event. Alex Reynolds versus Tama Tonga and Alex Shelley. And he sees what that's going on. And it's not 1-on-2. It's still more like a tag team. They're not both going after him at the same time. Alex Reynolds does do a pretty good job of himself here, especially as he's dealing with both Tama Tonga, but he's also dealing with an Alex Shelley who's already wrestled plenty tonight here. But there seems to be a bit of a distraction moment between Alex Shelley and Kushida, as Kushida's kind of confused as to some of Alex Shelley's what Alex Shelley's been kind of made to do here. This also seems to distract Alex Reynolds, who has his back turned. He turns back around and receives a gun stun from Tama Tonga, who, as the distraction's going on, Tama Tonga gun stunning Alex Reynolds and then getting the pin over him. And Tama Tonga officially, at least as of right now, we can say that with Tama Tonga's win, Kushida will be defending the Hawkeye Pro Hawkeye Pro Heavyweight Championship in the main event against Tama Tonga. Here we go. Hawkeye Pro Heavyweight title, Kushida versus Tama Tonga. And all sorts of stuff going on here. Kushida once again confronting Shelley. Shelley's a little, doesn't think too much of Alex Reynolds because he's more dealing with Kushida here, as he seems to be distracted dealing with Kushida. As the rest of the cleanup crew come out, and they're ready to assault Alex Reynolds and sort of finish off the job here of making sure he never comes back. Obviously, jumping here as a goon squad for Brother Ray, as they look to perhaps put him on the shelf with an injury. And as it looks like they're about ready to completely put him on the shelf, they set him up. Shane Hollister, of all people, starts running down with a steel pipe in his hands. They start trying to go after him, but they all end up taking a few shots with the pipe, as it shows that Shane's pretty fast with that weapon. As after about a shot or two each, they all decide to head for higher ground. As you see Tana and Okada. As Alex Reynolds kind of recovering just a bit. He's still, a bit sore. He covered up and he doesn't see what's going on here. Shane Hollister pulls Alex Reynolds up as Hollister has the lead pipe in his hand, or the steel pipe, I guess. I guess they don't make lead pipe, but at least anymore. But he's got the steel pipe in his hand. Reynolds is definitely beaten up as they have a bit of a stare down, a very tense stare down between the two of them. And eventually Shane Hollister puts out his hand. And Alex Reynolds, bewildered by this, can't believe that Shane Hollister is extending his hand to him. But after another tense moment, Alex Reynolds shakes Shane Hollister's hand, as it seems as though they seem to be on the same page against the cleanup crew. And now Alex Reynolds has himself a little bit of official backup in Shane Hollister. And that is the end of Festival. All right. Let's say Nick Jackson will praise him for his performance. Shane Hollister will praise him for his performance. And Let's do who maybe I could have done a little bit here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it to Katsuyori Shibata for having a higher intensity and more dangerous match than usual. So I'm going to praise him as well. Seemed pleased, was pleased, and seemed pleased. Naruki Doi. I could have done that too. Naruki Doi gets a hug. I like how that's all in caps too. Naruki Doi gets a hug. All right. Oh, my Amazon Japan order shipped because it's Tuesday. And wait, the game, I think oh yeah, the game came out today. Okay, cool. I got an Amazon Japan order coming out. I'm glad. I got me a new game coming. All right, new Toru Yano feud with Scorpio Sky. Wow, that's a thing. Anything? I don't know who the fuck that is. Dean Hill, James Morgan. Tyler got his Graveyard DVD. I got a video game, god damn it. It's just a Switch game. Don't ask what it is. Brian Hebner is now flabby. Oh boy. Buy rate of 1.40. Oh shit. Hang on, that's a bit, isn't it? 702,000 buys. That's up quite a bit from the 197,000. Let's see that. Yeah, 248,000, 197,000, and then Festival. Now that we're on the big boy, now that we're on the big boy pay-per-views, 702,000 buys. All right, I had to buy it from Amazon Japan because it's not available. It's a Japanese game. It's not available in North America. It's called it's Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet. There you go. You may now judge. I can feel it. I know. I bought Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet for my Switch. And they're not selling it in North America, so I had to get it from Amazon Japan. There you go. All right, I need to get to Monday so I can end this, so I can go play cards. I'm way later than I should be as is. You cause this. You cause these jokes. I kind of do. I know. Couldn't you just get another Dead or Alive game from America? No. Maybe I enjoy casino games and rock climbing and volleyball. Thank you very much. Why do you have to assume there's some sort of bad... Why do you have to assume some sort of awful, perverted connotation behind it? Maybe I just like volleyball games and rock climbing games. And... You can't play the other Dead or Alive games in your bed. Azumi wants more money. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's like double. I'll give you 70. You know what? Fuck it. You're going to be leaving anyway. All right, 75. Johnny Gargano wants more money. Yeah, you'll get 75. All right. There you go. Mr. Photo Booking Calendar. That Switch controller is like a penis. It's less awkward to tape your Switch to a doggy versus a monitor. Oh my god. Do you think someone's done that? Like tape their Switch to a fucking body pillow? Oh my god. I'm just gonna leave this as is. Alright. You were gonna make a JRPG joke. You've made it funny. You've made truth funnier than fiction. I gotta go. Thank you guys for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. It's been fun. That's Festival. We're officially in June. It's been great. How much money did we make? We made some good money. There you go. Look at all that pay-per-view revenue we made. Oh my god, we didn't make all that much money because we had so much money we had to pay. Look at all that. Look at all the taxes we had to pay on shit. Jesus Christ. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. I swear to God, I'm not this goddamn awful and perverse. I'm sure at this point, what little respect anyone might have for me is probably gone by this point. That's perfectly fine, Just as long as, you don't have to have respect to watch my YouTube channel. At least you can look forward to a future stream. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate what's on YouTube. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, guys. I will see you guys next time.